Right, let's get into it then. So, yesterday, Keir Starmer announced the rollout of mandatory digital ID in the UK. Not that conspiracy theorists have not been saying this for the past 5 years. They're obviously calling it protection and efficiency, and it's being packaged together as convenience, a better way of living, and a way to control the created, and it is created, migrant situation. In reality, it is not one of these, not one. It is literally the building of a digital cage. And if we don't stand up now, it's a cage for our children and our grandchildren, because they will be born into it and they won't have the choice. Digital ID is not just a way of proving your identification. It's literally the master key to every part of our lives, be it your job, your money, your health, and your ability to travel. When you tie digital ID to programmable money, be it the central bank digital currency, the CBDCs, and then also to carbon and health scores, you then get a system that will decide where you can go, what you can buy, and how you should behave. This is certainly not freedom. This will be an actual living nightmare. I'd like you to imagine your son or your daughter as an adult in, say, 2035. They want to travel, but their carbon score is too high. They want to buy meat, but their rations are exhausted. They attend a protest because, let's be honest, we should have freedom of expression, yes? But their social credit drops and then their money freezes. And what if they are connected to or related to someone who has said something on social media that goes against the state? Well, again, their social crediting scores will be affected, which could cause them massive problems in travelling and money. You may think that this sounds like a fantasy. Well, in reality, it's a nightmare that's already running in other countries. The infrastructure is being laid here. I mean, do you really think they just wasted £30+ billion on a track and trace app during the pandemic? That app was meant to be active then, but enough of us stood up to be counted, and they didn't get it through. And now, here we are again, and we are the line that needs to stand together. We are the generation that must stand between our children and this digital prison. This is no longer about left versus right or vax versus anti-vax. This is about your freedom, your children's freedom versus centralized state control. This is literally the hill. This is the hill. We either hold it now or we will lose it forever. If this goes through, life will change for good. Once they have implemented something like this, you will no longer have the freedom you once had. And to the truther movement, we really have to stop the bickering. There's time for the rabbit holes later, and we have to stop hoping that someone else will fight this for us. It is literally down to us, the people. And we have to say no, and we have to say no together. There is no doubt that the state will use fear as a way of you accepting this digital ID. They already said it. Lisa Nandy has already been on television this morning that you will not be able to work. Or they'll say you won't be able to claim your benefits, or you won't be able to get your prescriptions if you don't have the digital ID. or your business will suffer if you don't comply. However, think about this. If you say yes to digital ID, you're not keeping your job. You're actually leasing your life from a system that will take it away at any time, and you will literally be owned. The fact is, if we stand together now and say no, right now, there is nothing they can do. They need our consent. Remember, this digital ID is the bridge for the digital prison, and without it, they have nothing. The people have the power, not suits in Westminster. I cannot stress highly enough how important it is to come together right now and to also educate others who do not know the pitfalls of accepting this. When this fear drip comes in as well, I know it's going to be tough. Believe me, I know it more than anyone. I lost everything fighting for what I believe was right in 2020. But you do have a choice in this. And when you come together en masse, then you're no longer alone. And we face it all in line. There is strength in numbers. You are not alone. There are many, many people that are going to oppose this. So if you're in fear, speak to others, network. They will want you to think refusing digital ID will mean losing your livelihood. But the real loss is far greater. It's losing your birthright and your children's ability to live free, to move freely, and to speak freely. We don't comply to survive, we unite to live, to truly live. On October the 18th, we will gather in London, not just for ourselves, but for the children who cannot yet raise their voices. We say no to digital ID. We say no to programmable money. We say no to a life scored and rationed by algorithms. We say yes to sovereignty. We say yes to unity. And we say yes to our children's freedom. History will ask where we stood when this cage was being built. Let it be said that we stood here and that we drew the line and that we fought, not with hate, but with courage and unity. For more information on how to educate others, how to come together, head to www.massnoncompliance.com. There'll be information there on how we, the people, can come together and stand against this.